Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 4 of the Alive Till I'm Dead podcast, also known as the ATID Podcast. Don't forget you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or you can watch the video version over on YouTube. I'm your host Dan, and today I am joined with a new guest. This is Sam. Sam, say hello.
Hello everyone.
If anyone doesn't know, Sam has been on the channel twice in the past, in some of our most popular videos actually. Yes. Isn't that true? We were in
My car was on fire.
My car was on fire, and the theme park one. We snuck on kids' theme park rides, which doesn't sound dodgy in the slightest.
That's a good day.
It was a very, very fun day. Yeah, so Sam is here, and what we're going to be doing today, guys, is we're going to be talking all about relationships and relationship advice. So Sam, for the listeners, how old are you?
32.
32. So, for anyone with a keen skill at mathematics, you may be able to figure out that is just over 10 years older than me. So,
Why you got to bring that up?
I just had to bring that up because that means Sam's going to have more experience in this field. This is why we brought an older folk on the show today.
Unbelievable.
We brought an older folk on to give us some wisdom, some knowledge about dating. So what we've done is we've gone to Reddit and we've gone through some of these dating feeds where people ask dating advice, and I've screenshotted some of my favourite questions that we're going to put to Sam, and we're going to hear his words of wisdom about them.
Wonderful.
You're looking forward to it?
Oh, so much.
Anyway, before we do get into that, Sam, what do you do for a living? What do you do? Tell us a bit about yourself.
I sell sex toys and customer service.
Good. Very, very normal. When you say sex toys, elaborate a bit more. What kind of sex toys do you sell?
Pretty much everything you can think of. I work for Summer's customer service, so
you see quite an
look
array.
on the website, see what they've got.
Do you find do you get any very awkward conversations with that?
Yeah, I've had a lot of very awkward conversations with people. Can
you elaborate on any, or are you allowed to say any?
I don't know, to be honest. I had a 45-minute phone call with a lady about her vaginal dryness before. That was an interesting one. Euphemism aside, the call ended because the decorators arrived.
Seriously?
True story.
Oh my! So do people like phone in about advice, or is it like complaints mainly?
It's mainly my toy don't work, or
my
order's not arrived. Can I return this?
Didn't you say once before that you have some a lot of people use that as a way of getting a bit of pleasure, as they think that they're talking to perhaps a female colleague or things like that?
I'm aware of it. Personally, never had it myself, mainly because, you phone up, you hear a guy's voice. I've had a lot of phone calls that hang up as soon as I answer the phone. They hang up, and then 10 minutes later someone will go, "Oh, just had a pervert on the mic." I'm like, I think I got him too. Yeah, he cut me off.
Do you is it all over the phone, or do they do is it the chat response as well?
The phone's gone now. They got rid of the phone probably because of the heavy breathers. So it's now live chat, emails and things. But if anything, that opens up to more trolling.
I was going to say, yeah. Do you get a lot of that in that sort of job?
A lot of trolling. Yeah,
especially I feel like Ann Summers is quite a targeted one for that, isn't it?
I think we had a troller through TikTok
do
one for us last year. One of the girls that used to work for us was on a TikTok channel for, I think it was a butt plug stuck in her husband's bum.
Oh.
And the whole video was on TikTok. You probably find it, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Do you I think the buzzing question is, do you get any free products?
We do not. Well, yes and no. We don't get general free products, but we had an event a while back where we all won prizes, so it has happened in the past.
Is that when your car boot was full of
it was
for a multitude of sex toys?
After the games, everyone wanted to go out for drinks, and I had the only car, so everyone asked if they could put their stuff in my boot, and then at about at least a month going out and just boot full
throwing
of
around
dildos and toys and God knows what else.
Sweetie penises.
I said, I've still got a couple of the penises.
Oh, good.
So if the police ever pull me over,
that'd have been a great conversation.
Can we look in your car, please? I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah. Do you know what, officer? I don't think you're going to want to look in this car right now.
Don't open that boot.
I am not a porn star. I work for Ann Summers. It's quite like how long have you worked there for?
Ignoring the 3 months I quit, I've been at the company for 5 years, but Ann Summers is just over a year, I think.
Okay. And you enjoy the sex toys selling.
Yeah, as far as jobs go, it's easy enough.
Yeah. See, the thing that to give if someone asked your opinion on the product, surely you'd have to test it beforehand.
See, the object is don't give your personal opinions on things. If someone says, "Oh, what one would you recommend?"
Yeah.
The answer is, there is no answer because everyone's different. What you might find great, I might absolutely hate. So if I tell you go for that one, you don't like it, you'll be straight back on, or you advised me to get this and it's rubbish. No one comes back through and says, "You've made my week, thank you for suggesting that toy." Never had it.
I feel like someone would. I feel like there's someone out there that would be like, honestly, best night of my life.
Since my husband left, this has made up for it.
Oh, there's definitely someone out there that goes on Ann Summer Support for a bit of like love advice.
This rabbit's far better than my husband was.
Why did my head went immediately to like a pet rabbit?
Oh God. You'll never come around ours again.
Okay, cool. So obviously talking about sex toys, love, relationships, things like that. This fits very well into this this topic of this podcast. So, Sam, would you like the very first question?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. Here we go. My boyfriend games with his friends throughout dinners and family dinners. It broke my heart. Should I be upset?
Oh, there's two sides to this one.
Yeah.
I'd say yes, but I've definitely done that in the past. No, yeah, still, there's finding a balance, isn't there? Everyone's still got a time by themselves, but I think time and place for it. If there's a family meal going on and you've
fucked
off to go play Call of Duty with the lads.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but, if it's a quiet evening, he decides he wants to have a game, I don't see why that should be an issue. It's no different from saying I'm going out with my friends.
No. There's a lot of girls out there though, that really have an issue with the Xbox balance, isn't there?
I've always said this though, exactly like I just said though. Girls say, "Oh, my boyfriend just sits in and plays Xbox all day." I'm like, would you still have a problem if you said, "I'm going out to meet up with some friends tonight"? You'd be like, "Oh, well, to be fair, some girls might still not like that," but you'd be like, "Okay, yeah, go out and see your friends." I'm still seeing them. They just don't look like them, but they sound like them. So what's the issue?
The way I've always seen that argument as well is surely if at least they're at home with you, like if you are like a protective psychotic sort of girlfriend, at least if they're sat there playing Farming Simulator 2022, like at least you can see them mowing their crops rather than going to find someone else's crops to hoe.
The farmer's daughter, I've seen her walk around wearing next to nothing.
That's it, right? You're gonna run stiff one out.
That game's over.
So what? If this, for example, if Prosecco Junkie 69 was listening to the show, what would be your summary for that? Like, what would you say to her?
Give and take.
Give and take, yeah.
Have a talk, give and take. Sometimes maybe not pick up the controller, other times shut up and let him pick up the controller.
Yeah, I agree. I think you got to have a good bit of a good balance. Because surely, I find with a lot of girls that they don't tend to have like recurring hobbies.
Apart from Instagram.
Apart from boomerangs with the girls. And that.
From the sounds of a Prosecco.
Or Prosecco. Yeah, exactly. Why don't you go and have a glass of Prosecco every time he goes and plays the Xbox?
That's a drinking game there. That's a drinking game.
See? Look, we're making
every time he dies, bam.
Have a little sip. It's going to be one expensive night.
Here we go.
Okay. Happy with that one? Okay, right. This one, I don't know if this is relation. Well, I suppose it is sort of relationship advice. My best friend of 16 years kissed me on the cheek today. What should I think of that? I would instantly say don't deep that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're overthinking that one. I mean, depends how they act afterwards.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we need a bit more.
Yeah, you need a hell of a lot more context. What led up to the kiss? What happened before? What happened after? Was it something like you've done something before they said thank you, gave you a kiss on the cheek, or
yeah,
were you sat there cuddled up watching a film, they just leant over, gave you a kiss? Like it depends on the scenario, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I mean, a family member gives you a kiss on the cheek, don't they? And I don't think, do you know what?
Mine don't.
We interrupt this podcast to bring you a breaking news.
Sad
No,
times.
well, you know what? Okay, yeah. I would say with that, unless it's... we need a lot more context to that. Like you said, unless, you're watching a film together and then suddenly she just...
Slides into them DMs.
Yeah, and just gives a little on the cheek. Maybe you could start, but I wouldn't overthink that at all. Especially on the cheek as well. Like, grow up, come on. Like, come on. That's nothing, is it? That's what you do when you see someone drunk and like, ages. You go for a sloppy little Foster's kiss, I was going to say. Or a Stella kiss in my case.
Christ.
So would you say...
I'd tell him to move on.
Tell him to move on. Okay. Well, Jesse Bella, move on. All right. The next one. You ready for more?
Go on.
Okay. Why is it so easy for my ex to talk to other guys after our breakup, while for me, I feel so stuck and lost?
You haven't got very good friends? Yeah, we can...
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he's off talking to other girls or talking to friends?
No. Why is it so easy for my ex to go and talk to other guys after our breakup? So I'm assuming that this is a girl.
No, it must be a guy.
This is a guy. Sorry, yeah. That's. But his girlfriend's broke up with him. And the girl's
ex-girlfriend's
back out
chatting
there.
out with.
Yeah, she's back
Everyone's
on the field.
different.
Yeah.
I've been in that exact situation. Yeah, I had a chemical relationship and I had no interest in girls for a long time, and I'm pretty sure my ex was someone else within a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Everyone's grieving, everyone's different. Depends how they deal with it.
Yeah.
Could be a rebound, Sure, I'm just out looking for attention, not looking for a relationship.
You never know. She might just be looking for some dick.
Everyone loves a bit of dick.
Exactly. Like, I think
I don't, just saying.
it depends. I'm assuming by this, she broke up with you.
Sounds like it.
I'm
That's the
assuming.
thing. Again, context.
Context would be very nice.
Could be a long-term relationship in her head. It was over for a long time before, and it was just finding those words to break up. So she's ready to move on.
Yeah, I think with relationships, like especially a lot of people try and hold it together for quite a long time, don't they? And then once they finally do pluck up the courage to split up, sometimes one side of them's already moved on.
Yeah,
already.
Exactly.
So that's probably the case with that one. Like, I don't want me to be a dick about it, but I'm guessing she pre-moved on before you guys broke up. And for you, you're kind of still hung up on her. But my advice...
Go get some strange.
Huh?
Go get some strange.
Go and get some strange. Go and get some strange. Get out into a sweaty nightclub and find yourself some minge.
Coburg's tonight.
Exactly. Get out there and get yourself some minge and you'll feel much worse about it and realise, shit, this sucks.
Just don't kill yourself on our advice, please.
Yeah, please don't. We are not responsible... Quattro chain. This is very professional, isn't it? Okay, this is a good one for Sam. There's not a lot to do with this, but my boyfriend is obsessed with cars.
Is there a question there, or is it just
a
brag? My boyfriend loves cars.
I think this is boyfriend. This is on the boyfriend complaints thread. So, I'm guessing that.
I mean, everyone's got to have a hobby. Everyone's got to have something they love. Would you rather be miserable and just sit at home doing nothing?
I think there's a lot of women out there that would.
Well, that's just selfish, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're being stupid and need to shut the fuck up, really.
Yeah. Everyone's got a hobby. I go out to car shows. I go off to car shows all the time.
Yeah, and your partner doesn't get involved in that, does she?
No, she doesn't have a problem. Just have a good time, off I go.
Yeah, and she's not into cars or nothing either, is she?
I mean, she knows I had a silver car, if that's what it means.
Yeah. It's as simple as that, innit? Oh, what car have you got? Why is it a yellow one?
Hopefully.
So yeah, I would say that one.
Get over it.
Yeah, like Christ.
There's worse things to be into.
Yeah. You
Could
know,
be going out
bestiality
drinking every single weekend.
Right,
Wow, completely different price.
I mean, they're both bad things to be into. But yeah, you are right. Like, would you rather him tinkering around with a rust bucket, or a car, or out in the club drinking? And I guarantee you have a bigger problem with the drinking one.
Yeah.
Anything else to add on that?
Get involved.
Yeah, get involved. Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Car meets are great fun.
Yeah, show some interest. Go and sit in a Tesco car park with a camp chair and have a cup of coffee.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, just saying, get involved. You know, there's plenty of females in the car scene as well. This one, I just screenshot this. This is really funny, but it's just my boyfriend called me a pig. This is on the relationship advice.
Whoa. Again, context. Like, was he saying it to be horrible? Was it maliciously? Was he saying it as a joke? Oh, you're such a pig. Stop eating all my food. Like, what's the context behind that? If he was doing it maliciously,
I'm going to assume it's malicious.
Punch him in the dick and kick him out. It's not funny. That caught me so off guard. I was not ready for that.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say...
I'd sling him. If we said it maliciously, sling him.
Yeah.
And it's like anything. Once they start doing stuff like that,
yeah, that's not. I mean, if it is in that like context, like he's just outright gone, "You're a fucking pig," which is what I'm envisioning.
If you don't want to leave him, play his own game.
Yeah, wait
till you're in public next and shout him for having a shrimp dig.
Yeah, exactly. Just call out the tiny manhood. That's enough to fucking kill any bloke's dreams, isn't it? Just start telling all the girl groups that he's got a tiny dick, and just start letting them know that you're informing them. And after a while, he'll have a pipe down, and if he gets more toxic, break up with a cunt.
Sling him aside.
Yeah, and get rid of him.
We know a guy who's actually looking to speak to another girl, or potentially so.
Who?
Mr. Quacker.
Oh yeah.
So we can.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of matchmaking. Yeah, scroll up the thread a little bit. Go and chat to Mr. Quacker.
Find his name. Look him up.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Oh, this is a deep one.
Oh,
all right. We need a deep, sensible answer from you, Sam. Okay. Constant thoughts about breaking up despite not really wanting to.
Don't even know how to answer that. I mean, if you haven't gotten to the thoughts of breaking up, the chances are you do want to break out. And saying I don't want to break up, the chances are that's just you don't want to be alone, or this is convenient for you, so you don't want to break up. Or you might just be stale.
Yeah.
Find out.
There's a lot to that, isn't there? This is
Try and change it up a bit. Have a date night. Go out somewhere. Take them away for a weekend. Do something.
Yeah.
You still feel the same afterwards. It might be time to move on.
Yeah. That was the most sensible answer that's ever come out of your mouth, I think, of anything.
Yeah, I'm still in shock.
Yeah. Boyfriend called me a pig. I mean, I pretty much, Sam said what I was going to say. I would highly edge on the side of caution that you do want to break up. If you're having thoughts of breaking up, you're just staying with him or her for security reasons. Comfort, security, and out of
security,
out of like being scared of being on your own again. I would say take Sam's advice to try and savor the relationship, and maybe go away for the weekend, go out for dinner, maybe just start trying to pork a bit more. I'm assuming there's a lack of porking going on.
Go out to car meets with them.
You go out to car meets with them. don't call him or her a pig. That's not good. And if it doesn't work, I think it's definitely time to
get some strange.
Get back out there. Get back in the nightclub, and get your pork on. Sunshine.
We have a guy and a girl, both looking. So
exactly, we're ready. We've are ready. Okie dokie. Next one. I'm going to elaborate this one a little bit further. So the actual post was. Is it bad that I still have my ex on social media? I'm going to add another length to that. Is it bad that I still talk to my ex?
I mean, again, it depends on the context. If it's completely nothing to it, you're just having conversations, there's no reason. The stigma of, once it's your ex, you should cut off all ties with them. I've never understood that.
No.
You can talk to your ex, you do or you don't. That's all there is to it. Depends on how you're talking to them, and is it appropriate?
Yeah. I mean,
no harm in it. You've had a relationship; they've been part of your life.
That's the thing as well, especially if you were in a long, like a really long term relationship. I think to just suddenly never speak to them again is a lot for someone to ask of someone.
It's odd, yeah.
That is all of the relationship advice questions that I have. However, We now have some dating advice
Oh, God.
to go for. Are we ready?
Guess I'm strange.
What do you do when you're out on a date and another guy starts flirting with your girl? Do you, number 1, interrupt them and tell the dude to fuck off? Number 2, interrupt them and change the subject to a conversation between you and your girl? Number 3, join them and stand there awkwardly and wait for a break in the conversation? 4, not join them, take a place somewhere else and wait for your girl to break it off and join you. I'm awkwardly stuck between 2 and 3. Should I be doing 1?
Are you together yet? Or is it first date?
I mean, this is dating advice, but I suppose you could be dating.
Like I say, if it's like, you've had 1 or 2 dates, then I don't think you've really got a place to walk in macho and tell them to fuck off, And
Yeah.
besides anything, even if it's down the line, don't be controlling, Fair enough, if she's there grabbing his crotch, maybe,
Yeah.
mate, walk away, but...
Can we appreciate one of the comment replies to this by Wild Grapefruit is if she's overly flirty, I just dump her. I'm way too experienced to put up with that shit.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what I mean by context. It depends.
Yeah.
Is she just chatting to a guy? If so, don't be a jealous prick. Just let her chat to him, and then you could either do one of 2 things. You sit and wait, or you go over and join in the conversation. If it's just a friendly conversation, it's no different from you and me chatting and someone else coming and joining us. It's literally no different. It's completely...
Yeah, don't look psychotic.
Yeah, just don't go in guns blazing thinking you're the man. Just... All you're going to do is make yourself look like a dick.
You will look like a penis. Women are allowed male friends. Males are allowed female friends.
Yeah.
That is the plain and simple of it. Next one. Oh, actually, no, this is another reply to that same one. You shouldn't have to do anything. Your girlfriend should automatically shut them down like they're filthy dogs. Only intervene if it gets physical.
That's fair. To be fair, that is completely fair.
Yeah.
If it's just, they're just chatting, there's not an issue. If the guy starts getting funny and she don't shut it down,
then you get
sling
involved.
her off or get involved.
Yeah.
Whereas if she shuts him down, your job's here done.
You're sorted.
I'll sit here with the breadsticks and wait for you to come back.
Brilliant.
I hope you didn't want any.
Especially not if you're sat there eating them. You fucking can't.
I do like breadsticks.
Really? Anyway.
Next question.
Let's go on to the next story. Okay. 2 guys invited me on a date to the same concert. So, I'm in a pickle. A guy said he was going to this concert with his grandfather, but his grandfather got hurt and can't go, so he asked me if I wanted to go to a concert with him. I said yes. Then, a few hours later, a different guy asked me out on a date to the same concert. I said I was already going with a friend, and he told me he'd like to meet up with me while we were there, say hi and such. We've only been talking on a dating app and haven't met in person yet. I definitely don't want to say hello to the second guy when I'm on a date with the first guy, but I have no idea what to say to guy number 2 in order to avoid meeting him. I don't want to lie to him. I'd definitely rather say I'm going on a date and then make up an excuse not to meet him, but if there's a third option, one where I can say no without lying and without telling him I'm going on a date, I'd choose that one. Is that even possible here?
I've got 2 different sides to this. One, is the first person actually a date? From what I've heard, was going with grandfather. Grandfather can't make it, so you were second choice. Oh, do you just want to come with me?
Yeah.
If that's not a date,
Yeah.
then by all means, why don't you say to him, like, oh, I've been chatting to this guy. He might be coming, so you'll either go off and have a drink from, or the 3 of us can have a drink, and end of the day, you're not with this person, you're just chatting with them, so why not all 3 go together? Or 2, have you heard of a spit roast?
Yeah, but I mean... That's such a sensible answer. That's such like a adult answer. I had a threesome.
Chuckle Brothers. To me, to you. To me, to you.
I mean, yeah. So there's that option, but I do very much agree with that. It doesn't sound like...
And if it is a date, the first one, then fair enough, you're single and you...
But that's also on you because
doors
you're
open,
the
but
other guy.
Pick one.
Yeah. And also, that's kind of on you because you were talking to guy number 2 first.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, guy number 1, I don't think that's actually a date.
No, it doesn't sound like
You're
it to
just
me.
filling for a granddad.
kind of tragic, isn't it? I wonder. I really want to know what concert it is. I bet it's like Robbie Williams or
I
something.
prevail. Here we go.
Oh yeah, the granddad's just out.
You never know.
Loving it. Okie dokie. What a great question. So this is a bit of a long one. Are you ready? I'm going to try and read this without messing it up, but it probably won't happen. Okay, here we go. I want to be a housewife, and there are men out there that want a housewife, but they want you to have a successful career first, then give it up when you're married. What gives? Some context. I'm definitely more of a traditionalist when it comes to relationships and marriage. For all men who will ask, no, I did not save myself for marriage, so let's get that out of the way and focus on what I'm actually asking, please. So, I do want to be a housewife one day. If a man is good to me and takes care of me, nothing makes me feel better than taking care of him. I do want him to come home to a clean house and a delicious cooked dinner. I do think it is a love language, an act of service, nurturing. I know there are men out there that want this. What I'm confused by is, why, if you're unemployed, by choice, they don't take you seriously? I do have a job, by the way. From my observations, in my own dating life and watching others of over the course of 10 years, it seems they want to find a career woman and have her stop working when they get married to be a housewife. For me, I don't see the point of running myself into the ground and building a career just to throw it away when I want to be a housewife anyway. Why is this? Is this a dominance thing? Taming the tiger and getting her to stay home? I don't know. Just looking for any kind of context here. It seems the consensus is that if you were straight up state you're not... Okay, you kind of missed some words there. It seems the consensus is if you straight up state you're not a career woman and you really want to stay at home and take care of your man, you're lazy. But if you're a career woman, then they want you to convince you to leave your job to become a housewife and they'll take care of you.
Wow. That's a lot of words, isn't it?
That was a lot of words, and I almost got through that perfectly, and I'm gutted I didn't. So my breakdown of that was basically she wants to be a housewife,
but she feels like she needs to have a career first to find the man that wants to make her a housewife. Just quit a career.
Yeah, if not, she'll get called lazy.
Is that even a thing? Like,
I don't.
I know there is going to be guys I want to be the whole woman stays at home, I will provide and that, but I don't know their preference. Like, do they want a woman that's successful already and then make her do it?
I have no experience on that.
No, I haven't.
Like,
I honestly
I'm way
have no
too
clue.
Yeah.
Try something other than Reddit. Is there any responses?
There's loads of responses.
Oh god.
They're very long, but
I mean, the only thing I can think of is, if someone is unemployed, then it does look like, you're just skimming by waiting for someone to pay for everything for you. Whereas if you've got into a relationship, you're both equal, but we've made the decision now that I will carry on providing. You can start a family, you stay at home with the kids, you can look after the house and do that kind of stuff, whatever. If that's the choice you both made, that's just the choice you both made.
Yeah.
Whereas if you've just gone into a relationship ready for him just to pay for everything, it just looks like you're a gold digger as such. You're looking for someone to pay for everything.
This is exactly
not
what
I've brought someone into a relationship already.
This is what the top answer says, and it's near enough what you said. I think it's quite scary to date somebody who is immediately dependent on you. It puts extra pressure on the relationship and adds expectations that doesn't seem reasonable to most. The beginning of the relationship is supposed to be fun, light-hearted, experimental. It's rare to find a guy who just looks for a housewife, and I would be scared of them. I'd be suspicious that the relationship would be pretty loveless as they're just looking for someone to clean their place and raise their children. On the other hand, how can you trust a person to take care of their household, home-related finances, and raise children well if they can't even take care of themselves, which usually requires working of sorts?
Yeah. It's like, again, this goes to another question, for argument's sake. You start dating someone, you find out they're a millionaire. Your minds are changed. Are you now just going to stay with them because you know they've got money, or are you with them because you like their personality? Same sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be the one to pay for everything, but, we get to a point and that works.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think maybe you don't even have to have a career. I think that's the simple solution to that. You don't have just a job, yeah.
You're stable. You're capable of looking after yourself.
Yeah.
But we're now choosing that you will look after the family and I will provide.
Yeah. I think that's the best balance.
It works both ways. I'm pretty sure there's plenty that are the opposite. The woman has a successful career and
the man
stay-at-home dad.
Yeah. I mean, that's becoming more and more of a thing nowadays, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a bit of I don't know. I don't know if
I think she's
entirely-
overthought it.
Yeah, I think one, she's overthought it, and two, going into like you're gonna have a very hard job going into a relationship to just clean someone's house. You know, because that's your sole purpose, isn't it? You have to be able to live prior to that before getting to that point with someone where they'll go, okay, you don't have to work anymore. Like, I'm going to provide and you're going to...
Plus, in the start of a relationship, you're not a housewife because, one, when you get together, you're not going to live together instantly.
Nope.
You're not going to have a family instantly. Though that's the dating period, and that's
Yeah.
where it's like, both have money, both be able to do stuff.
Yeah. And I think it's going to make you look lazy if, in the dating period, you are just sponging off him. I think that will make you look lazy.
Plus, you need your own income. Like,
Yeah.
unless you're physically, I'm not going to see friends, not doing anything. I'm staying at home and waiting for him. Like, you need to have your own source of income. How are you going to go out and do things with your friends and have a night out?
Yeah. I think
Who's going to have my money?
I think it does make you lazy. And you don't need a career.
No.
You can just get a job.
This
Just
day
a job.
and age, most people don't have careers, to be totally honest.
No. Just get a job. That's my thing with that. This is a really interesting one, but I don't think there's too much to deep out of this. So this is I don't understand men, ? We work together. One day he can't stop talking to me. The next day he doesn't even say hello. What the fuck's up with that?
Maybe you're just annoying. Do you know what? Me and my partner work together.
Don't have
We
an issue.
work and personal is completely separate. When we're at work, she sticks headphones on. I sit and do my own thing. I'll listen to music or have something in the background. You know, being together physically 24/7 can be overbearing.
It is bad.
Like, you need to have your own personal time. So, again, maybe you just wanted a quiet day. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can talk from experience to someone that's dated someone that like we've worked together and things like that. What you can find is that you never actually have that time of that to build up that excitement of seeing that person.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's always like, oh, okay, let's get up together. Let's say, you know, if you live together, hypothetically, we didn't live together, but you get up, you see each other at work, you come home, you're back with each other again.
So
and
how
then
was your
suddenly,
day?
yeah, you haven't got nothing to talk about. That's the biggest thing, you know. And people always say, oh, I want a relationship where, you know, we've all got the same interests. Let's say you're into gaming, for example. You want your partner to be involved, you know, your partner to like gaming as well. The issue with that is you very, very quickly have fuck all to talk about.
Yeah.
You know, if your partner doesn't play video games, let's say, for example, the girl deals with horses, right? I don't know, she's a horse girl. I hate horses. I'm petrified of the things, right? I like games. Now let's say that my partner hates games. The good thing with that is you still have something to talk about because you don't know about each other's thing. So you'll have something good to talk about.
Find a game on horse riding.
I mean, you could find Horseback Riding
Mutual
Simulator
game.
2023. I'm sure that would be a
Mutual
good game.
ground, isn't it?
There's
Get
a
the
mutual-
old Wii out.
Let's play a bit of Wii tennis. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, like working together, and let's say I'm just going to assume that you're not living together, but you're seeing each other a lot. That's probably why. Because, you know, we all do, don't we? You know, you have a bit of... You just want to be quiet sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe he's just embarrassed.
Maybe you're just embarrassed by you. Maybe you're fucking ugly.
Oh, Christ, that's getting cut.
I might leave that in. I just put a little censor beep over that.
I joke.
I joke. I kid.
Sure
you're probably lovely. Yeah. Okay, last one.
Please marry me.
I'm going to call this the last one because I don't know how long this episode's been now. Are my standards too high?
Yes.
What can I do better to find someone like that?
Lower your standards.
Lower your standards. I'm 29, female. I don't know if I'll ever find someone who is at least 7 out of 10 physically attractive, 9 out of 10 personality, respectful, trustworthy, and considerate and kind, has stable work and clear career goals, and want a family. I just broke up with my ex 2 months ago. He was most of the above, except he wasn't kind to me. Called me racist and sexist names, pressured me to have sex, and didn't have any aspirations to find work after quitting 2 years ago. Anyway, I'm scared I won't find anyone better than him. I'm working on myself in the meantime, but are my standards just too high, and am I looking in the wrong places? Okay, I'm going to brush past the second part. Actually, no, Sam, you go first.
Have you met Crouch?
Right, you know me. At least 7 out of 10. Come on, let's be modest. 10 out of 10 personality, though. That's the problem. She only wants a 9.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Respectful, trustworthy, considerate, and kind.
I mean,
It sounds like
it's
my
not-
Tinder bio. I'm not on Tinder.
yeah, having high expectations isn't bad, but I think maybe you're being a bit ambitious having a direct, I need it to be exactly this.
Yeah.
What happened to the good old days of, you got a great personality?
Shut up, Sam. No. Do you know what? I actually, when she said, like, I don't know if my standards are too high, I don't think they are.
No, not overly.
Like, if she'd have been like 6'6", earns at least $250,000 a year, drives a Lamborghini, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe you're looking in the wrong places there. But I feel like that's pretty acceptable things to want, especially someone that clearly is a 10 out of 10 personality and 10 out of 10 good looks. So,
Like I say, everyone wants someone that's funny that they get on and have a good laugh with.
yeah.
I think the looks part's a bit harsh. Fair enough, some people are a bit vain and want to have some, but end of the day, get with someone that you... She's saying that anyone under a 7 she doesn't find attractive, and that's it, done.
Yeah.
There's not a choice, like, he could be the funniest bloke in the world, but unfortunately he was a 6.
He was a 6. 6.5 maybe, but he was under the threshold.
Yeah, exactly.
I think being physically attracted to someone, though, is very important.
Yeah, you have to be attracted to them, obviously, but...
Yeah, maybe don't put numbers to it.
Yeah, maybe just stop overthinking and worrying about the numbers and the statistics.
Just find someone you like.
Carry on your life, go out and meet someone and have a
Very
wonderful life.
wise words, Sam. I, 24 female, like him, but he, 26 male, likes me too much. We click really well. We're both attracted to each other and have similar values and hobbies. What throws me off is that I'm looking for something fun and casual. We've only been talking for about 3 weeks, and he tells me he feels a lot more already, and he's super grateful to have me. We're both kind people. He thinks I'm really beautiful. I also think he's super attractive, but he's the type to not see what I mean. So he's very much intimidated and also attracted to me. Is that meant to say intimidated it does say intimidated?
Yeah.
And also attracted to me. He says he's open to anything, but I can see he really wants a loving relationship. I don't think I'm there yet. I really do genuinely like him, but I get closed off affectionately because I don't want him to read too much into it. And it's kind of turning me off, but I like him. Any advice?
Talk.
Yes.
That's it. Talk.
Just talk.
Pretty much. End of the day, if you're on 2 different paths, you need to...
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to carry on down the line and you go, do you know what, this is too much for me, and just absolutely destroy him. So just say maybe we need to slow it down a bit.
Yeah, I think from what it's sounding like, you're with the wrong person if you're looking for something fun and casual.
And he sounds a bit more...
And he's obviously looking for... You're not... He doesn't like you too much. I think you've worded that wrong. He's looking for a relationship. You're looking for sex.
Is he looking for a woman to be a housewife?
Aha! We might have
Back
the
at it
perfect
again.
person for you. Matchmaking. Yeah, I would just say talk about it and
Get on the same wavelength.
yeah, you need to figure out what the fuck you want to do with your thing. Like, if you just want to hoe around and play the field sort of thing, and don't want to get into a relationship yet, then tell him sooner rather than later, because you're just gonna become more of a bad person. Because especially if you're aware that he's on that path of wanting something else,
And if he's totally not aware, that's not good.
no, that's really not good.
Although if he's not aware, that's red flag there as well.
Red
You know, how would he not notice if she's being unaffectionate? He's she's just playing hard
She's
to
playing
get.
hard to get. Come here, you.
Come here.
Yeah, then that might lead into
We just need a cuddle.
a bad situation. Yeah, I'd say that was actually a pretty a nice, easy one to end off the show with. Anyway, at that point, we are at the 45-minute mark. By the time we've cut some of the waffle out of this show, hopefully this is back down to the half-an-hour episodes, which you guys seem to really like. So, yay, thank you for that. Very appreciative. The podcast is going well. Just, guys, please do me a favour. If you do watch it on YouTube, please head over to Spotify and pre-save the podcast, because it does me wonders. And I have to pay to put on Spotify, so I want to make it worth it.
We'll cut you off otherwise.
I will cut you off otherwise. But yeah, Sam, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your first time on the show.
It's been interesting. It's been good.
It's been good. Let us know if you want to hear dating part 2. What next time? We'll ask for your own submissions, and we can give some genuine
Choice of words.
viewer. Huh?
No submission.
No submission. Fuck's sake. But yes, we'll do a dating part 2 with Sam again at some point, and we'll make sure that we get some of the viewers' stories, and we'll give you our wise words of advice. But yeah, on that note, guys, I've been Dan.
Sam.
There we go. You've been watching the. Fuck's sake.
You've been Dan.
Anyway, guys, I've been Dan.
I am Sam.
You've been watching the Alive Till I'm Dead podcast, also known as the ATID Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. It's way too hot in here, and I'm rambling too much, so we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.